Hey, welcome back to the flipped classroom. The next slide is going to have your vocabulary words. Today we're doing multiplying and dividing fractions. And of course, you've done this in 6th grade, but the only thing we're going to add to this is our positive and negative signed number rules. So what I want you to do is I want you to listen to the music passage while you copy down your vocab. And let's go ahead and
Listen up, y'all, cause this is it. The numbers we're making are so vicious. Mathematicious, expeditious can be kinda scary. I hope my answers aren't radical or imaginary. I convert percents to fractions. It brings me some satisfaction, like scientific notation and order of operations. Mathematicious gets me expeditious. My answers make it vicious. My erasers often stitches. I make wishes. I get the answer right, and I'll be staying up all night just to check what I write.
okay, if you need more time, please pause the video. Otherwise, we're going to move on. Now, here's how to multiply and divide rational numbers. So you're given 4 examples in this box, and you can refer to these tomorrow in class or when you're working on some problems today. So in the very first example, you notice that there is a negative times a negative, and of course that's an even amount of negative factors, so the answer is positive. There are no common factors to simplify out, so we simply multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators to get positive 8 over 15. On B, notice that there are mixed numbers. So remember that when you have mixed numbers, you have to change them into improper fractions, keeping the sign. Now, when you take a negative 1 1/4 and you turn that into an improper, you kind of ignore the negative sign and just say 1 times 4 is 4 plus 1 is 5, so that's 5/4, and it's negative 5/4. So we have negative 5/4 times 8/3. Now, the one thing they do not show here, they do not show simplifying out common factors, but I'm going to do that over here in red. So we have negative 5/4 times 8/3. And if you look here, you see that there is a common factor of 4. So that becomes a 1 and that becomes a 2. So that leaves us with negative 10/3, which then becomes negative 3 1/3. Part C, to divide by a rational number, division, multiply by the reciprocal. So we have negative 3/4 divided by negative 2/3 is negative 3/4 times negative 3/2, the reciprocal. There is no simplifying to be done. Negative 3 times negative 3, positive 9. 4 times 2 is 8. By the way, you do not have to turn them back into mixed numbers. That is not necessary. The next one, remember that when you have a whole number, you put it over 1. So we have negative 6 becomes negative 6 over 1. Negative 2 3/4, negative 11/4. So change it to multiply by the reciprocal. We do not have any common factors. So negative 6 times negative 4, positive 24 over 11. And this is a good enough answer. This is okay, but this is certainly good enough. complete the examples down here. We're going to have 5 over 1 times 1/12. 5 times 1 is 5, and 1 times 12 is 12. On the next one, -5/2 times +5/2. There are no common factors. That's -25 over 4, which is a good enough answer, or you can call it -6 1/4. Over here, -8 3/4 is -35/4 divided by 3 over 1. So that's -35/4 times 1 over 3. There are no common factors, so that's going to be -35 over 12, which becomes that as a mixed number, but it is not necessary. This answer is good enough. Okay, moving on. You have a whole bunch of examples here. I want you to pause the video. I want you to try 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then turn the video back on to check. So pause, please. Okay, so please check your answers with what I have. This one, of course, is also -1 1/9, but not necessary, and they're all in lowest terms. Notice it says give it in the simplest form, so you must put it in lowest terms. Now I want you to pause and do 12, 13, 14, and 15. Pause, please. Pause. Okay, so hopefully you got my answers for those divisions. If not, you're going to ask me tomorrow in class. Let's turn the page and look at a couple of the word problems, because tomorrow in class you're going to be finishing these problems. Let's do the first one together. Bob bought a Mega Hunt chocolate bar that weighed 7/8 of a pound. He has already eaten 1/3 of a pound. How much chocolate does he have left? Well, that is actually a subtraction problem. So we're going to have 7/8 take away 1/3. So pause the video, please, and answer that. Okay, so you should have gotten 21/24 take away 8/24. And so 21 take away 8 is 13 over 24. Let's look at number 6 over here. Each side of this 1-inch square has been divided into equal parts. What is the area of the shaded rectangle? So if this whole thing is 1, this is 2/3, and area is length times width, and then this is broken into 4 sections, so this is 3/4. So we have 2/3 times 3/4, which is 6/12 or 1/2. So that's how you do the multiplication. Okay, so that's the end, and that's all we're going to do on this video right now. We're going to work on the problems tomorrow in class. Bye!
Decimal, locus of the points, locus of the points, locus of the points. Points. I'm up about figuring out greatest common factors, and when I make a pie chart, I'm in need of a protractor. The angle of elevation, thanks to my calculations, turns
See you
out
tomorrow in
to be
class.
a prime number. I'm mathematicious.
Bye.
Makes me so ambitious. My answers are judicious. Calculator never glitches. It's my mission. I get the answer right, and I'll be staying up all night just to check what I write.
Bye.
Mathematicious.